Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori. If you're new here, if you're not new here, welcome back. And today I am super excited because this is going to be the first video in a series of videos about self-care. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I think health is such a holistic area in which it covers so many different things, and self-care plays such an important role in this. I think that our bodies are the best investment that we could put our time, money, and energy into, because it's through our body that we're able to experience life and really live it to its fullest. And so taking care of our bodies is so important. In the past, stress has been something that I've really struggled with. About a year ago, I had really bad hormonal acne that was caused by stress. And it's just something that we really want to take control of and limit in our lives, because it has far worse long-term impacts on us as well. Everything from cancer to heart disease and a weakened immunity. So tackling stress and just building a healthier, happier life is the goal, I guess. So today's video is going to be on several tips and tricks and habits for self-care and bringing this sort of self-love and care and health for your body into your lives. Also, I just want to note, this is not like a pamper routine. There will definitely be a video on that in this series, but I think self-care goes beyond bubble baths and face masks. Those are definitely important things, but I think it's a little bit deeper and more holistic than that. So without further ado, let's get started. So my first healthy habit for self-care is starting your day with gratitude. So this could be in different forms. It could be right when you wake up, you sit up in bed and you just say all the things that you're grateful for that day. It can be things that are as simple as being grateful for your clean sheets, or your family members and friends, or the amazing dinner you had last night, or just about anything. But really becoming aware of what you're grateful for first thing in the morning just sort of sets the mood for the day, and it's also going to help attract more positive things into your life. And so it's something that I've noticed has made a huge difference in my life, because it's just sort of changed my outlook on things. You could also do this in the form of journaling and writing a list of all the things that you're grateful for, or it could be verbal, and you can tell your partner in bed or your friend or your family member that you're grateful for them or something they did, or whatever it be. But just the act of gratitude and really feeling appreciative and grateful for the things in your life can really shift your perspective on life and just change the way that you view things and what you attract as well. So my second tip for self-care is organize your space. A clean space is a clean mind. And this is something that I've really struggled with, because I used to be a super disorganized person. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little bit disorganized, but really trying to bring a little bit of organization into my life and just sort of tidy up has made a huge difference on my mental state. I think when everything is a mess and sort of cluttered, I feel like I'm more in a state of chaos. And so cleaning the space just kind of gives me a peace of mind and gives me a more sort of positive environment. Especially if you do spend a lot of time at home, the space that you're surrounded by is really important, because it does sort of seep its way into your subconscious. So my third self-care tip is bringing movement into your life. And this could be in so many different forms. It could be waking up and stretching, or doing yoga, or going for a walk. It could even be something that you're not doing intentionally. Like, I'm currently living in the Netherlands and I don't have a car, but because I walk and cycle everywhere, I just have brought a lot more movement into my life, and I've noticed such a difference, because really getting your blood going and getting fresh air just makes you feel so much better. Sorry if there's a shift. My battery was dying and I had to change it. Anyway, what was I saying? One of my favorite things that I've been implementing into my days that has made a huge difference is dancing. I'll just turn on music in my room really loud and just have a full-on dance party without sort of thinking. So it's just letting your body move before your mind sort of thinks. And this is just such an amazing release. I feel 10 times better after doing this. And I'm a really goofy dancer. You don't have to be a good dancer to really feel the power of this one. Apologies again, this keeps sort of drooping. Anyway, the next thing on the list is bringing some sort of body care thing. So this could be a hair mask or a face mask, or just exfoliating, or just moisturizing your body, or some sort of little thing for your body that just makes you feel a little bit better, and just is sort of a little treat for yourself. Even though I love a good pamper day, I think sometimes grouping all of those things into one day can make it a little bit overwhelming and make us less likely to do those things for ourselves or our body. So just sort of doing one or two of these things every day and sort of rotating gives us a nice little routine for our body, and it's much more manageable, and it's going to make us more likely to do it. So the next thing is super important, but it's also pretty basic, and that is food and water. You want to stay super hydrated, and you want to eat as best as you can. You don't have to eat super clean 100% of the time, but I like to follow a sort of 80-20 rule. So 80% of what I eat is healthy and nourishing, and the other 20% is just kind of fun and whatever I'm feeling. For me, this is actually tied into another thing on this list, which is doing something that you love every day, because I love cooking, and so for me, cooking meals at home that are healthy and nourishing is such a nice outlet because the act of cooking is so calming and it's such a stress release. And then eating the food also just makes me feel better. So if you do love cooking, this is a great one. Meal prepping can make eating healthier a little bit easier as well. So if you have a couple days a week where you can sort of meal prep some healthy staple items and keep them in your fridge, this will help you eat healthier day to day because it's accessible, it's ready to go. Sometimes when we're really hungry and there's not food already prepared, it makes it really easy to grab that box of cookies or a bag of chips, and I am totally guilty of this. So grouping all those together, stay hydrated, eat well, and do something you love like cooking or any sort of hobby. It could be playing tennis, which is movement. It could be reading a book or watching a movie or just sort of something that brings you that little bit of happiness. Next one is a little bit controversial, but it's getting to know your body. So I talked about dancing earlier and just sort of letting your body move to music without really thinking about it. It's such a good way to really get in touch with your body and move in a way that's super releasing. I think self-pleasure is also super important, and we don't always like to talk about it because it might make us uncomfortable or feel weird. But I think that this is such an important step in sort of healthcare and really understanding your body and listening to it. So if that's not something you're comfortable with, there are lots of wonderful ladies on YouTube who can help you get in touch with your body and just know what feels good for yourself and get in touch with that part of you. This is a great way to release a lot of stored up energy and stress, and it also just makes you feel better, you know? If I could wink, I would. So coming towards the end of our list, this one sort of ties into doing something that you love, and this is just having a little bit of me time every day. This one could really fit into a lot of the different categories because it could be going on a walk, which is movement. It could be a bubble bath or reading a book, but whatever it is, make sure that it's something that really feels like it's for you and it's your own time to enjoy yourself and do something that really brings you joy. This is going to remind you that you are a priority and you deserve time for yourself. Just like you give time to other people or things in your life, you deserve to give time to yourself as well. And my final tip for bringing self-care into your routine is to end your day in sort of reflection and restoration and relaxation. So this could be unwinding through a hot cup of tea, or it could be journaling, or maybe lighting some candles and just breathing. But sort of coming down from the day in this way really prepares us for a good night of sleep and helps us sort of reflect on all the things of that day. So you can go through things, you can do another list of things that you're grateful for. You can think about different things that happened this day and see how they made you feel, what made you feel good, what did you enjoy, what did you not enjoy, and sort of just really reflecting on everything just brings a little bit more meaning into our lives. But this could also work in the opposite sense. If you're someone who typically overthinks, then maybe relaxing and unwinding means disassociating from everything else and not thinking about these things. So really find what works for you and what makes you feel your best. But just sort of slowing down in general, I think, is a great way to wrap up a day of self-love and self-care. So those are my tips and tricks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found them useful. If you have any of your own self-care or self-love tips, please leave them down below for myself and others. I would love to read those and implement them into my routine as well. As I mentioned earlier, this is going to be the first video in a Summer of Self-Care series, so be sure to subscribe so you can catch those future videos. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for being here. Thank yourself for taking the time to think about yourself, and I will see you soon.